It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Friday, the 27th of December. This is James Spann. In theory, on vacation this week, but hey, weather never takes a vacation, so we have the chance of severe storms across the state tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, and a very low-end threat today. So we thought we'd spend a few minutes here and go through the situation and see if we can answer all of your questions. Let's begin early this morning with a look at the radar. We are live this Friday morning at 5:19, and you can see a line of heavier showers, maybe a little thunder about to cross into West Alabama. Nothing severe, and again, the chance of severe storms today very low. Maybe a few strong storms later today for the southwestern counties of the state, but we do note it's pretty windy this morning. And a lot of people concerned about that. These are gradient winds in advance of this line. Winds are gusting to 30, 35 miles per hour in spots. But again, we're just not concerned with that line. There's no surface-based instability, no chance of any severe storms this morning, but that will produce heavy rain and, again, gusty gradient winds in advance of that. So this is a look at the upper air situation this morning. You can see one trough that's approaching from the west, very well defined, and that's producing the batch of rain moving into the state this morning. That's the radar composite. So again, we'll see some rain this morning, but I want to stress it's not going to rain all day today. In fact, if we're lucky, the sun might break out a little bit this afternoon. So it's pretty cool for the northern half of the state. In fact, East Alabama in the 40s, parts of North and East Alabama, Cullman and Gadsden, Anniston, 48, Ashland, 45, Birmingham at 51, Huntsville, 49. But there's a warm front to the south that will be pushing northward. Notice how New Orleans and Baton Rouge, they're sitting around 70, Mobile at 61. And as that warm front pushes northward today, we'll see dew points coming up and the surface-based instability getting in place for this event tomorrow. Here's the watch warning map around the nation today. We have fog problems all the way from Dallas-Fort Worth to Minnesota, Wisconsin, and North Dakota. The counties in gray on that map. We've got winter weather advisories up around New York City, parts of New England, and a series of winter weather issues back in the western states, in the mountains especially. We'll see a lot of snow from this system that's going to bring active thunderstorms here tomorrow. So here's the severe weather outlook today and tonight. There is a low-end marginal risk of severe storms from Tuscaloosa, Columbiana, Rockford south down to Mobile and Baldwin counties, the darker green on this map. And it's conceivable there could be a stronger storm this afternoon, but we're not expecting any problem with tornadoes today. And again, this is just a low-end threat. We'll look at the severe weather parameters for all of this here in just a moment. But the main concern will be tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. We have an enhanced risk, which is level 3 out of 5, over a pretty good chunk of central Mississippi, extending into the adjacent parts of Louisiana and West Alabama. And you can see that level 3 out of 5 risk running from near Reform and Gordo down to York, Livingston, Utah, Demopolis, Butler, Grove Hill, and Milry in west and southwest Alabama. Then we have a level 2 out of 5 risk, slight risk, all the way over to near Pell City, Montgomery, Andalusia, and then the rest of East Alabama in a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5. And the storm should be weakening on the eastern side of the state during the pre-dawn hours Sunday. This is the probabilistic outlook for tornadoes tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. Couple of things to point out. First off, in that enhanced risk, there is a hatched area, which means there could be a strong tornado in there. And by definition, that's EF2 or higher. And this is the probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a given point. That's what these colors mean. And in the enhanced risk, the chance of a tornado, again, within 25 miles of a given point is 10 to 14%. And the slight risk, which is the brown, the chance of a tornado within 25 miles of a given point, 5 to 9%. And then East Alabama, the chance drops down to 2 to 4%. And then on day 3, which is Sunday, we have southeast Alabama. Again, this outlook begins at 6 a.m. Sunday. So again, this is the outlook through 6 a.m. Sunday. And then after 6 a.m. Sunday, we have a low-end marginal risk over east and southeast Alabama. Storms should be weakening and moving out of the state at that point. Then we have a level 2 out of 5 risk well to the east of Alabama for the storms that fire Sunday afternoon. Parts of Georgia, the Carolinas, and southern Virginia. So this is rain for the next 7 days, and almost all of this will come between now and Sunday. And you can see some very beneficial rain. This is the one good thing here. Rain amounts for the northern half of the state between 2 and 3 inches. South Alabama, 1 to 2 inches. And this is the new drought monitor product that was released on Christmas Day. This was a couple of days ago. And you can still see, as of this week, we still have about 37% of the state in some type of drought. So getting a big rain event is a good thing. So model fans, here we go. This is, let's start with the high-resolution HRRR model. And I just wanted to point out that it's windy this morning over the northern half of the state. This is the projected wind gust to 10 meters, not right at the surface, 10 meters this morning at 7 o'clock. And you can see some enhanced values, again, over North Alabama. So if you're in Huntsville, the Shoals, Cullman, Hamilton, even Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, it's shaking and baking this morning. And this is gradient wind in advance of this line of heavier showers. And again, there's no surface-based instability. It's cool and stable, so there's no chance of any severe storms, but those gradient winds certainly are somewhat loud and obnoxious this morning. So this is the GFS, valid today at 3 o'clock. The 06Z run, you can see that trough to the west. And again, we'll have showers around today, but we want to stress a few things. It will not rain all day today. And the chance of severe storms not all that high. Again, we've got this marginal risk over parts of central and southwest Alabama later today and this evening, but we're not overly concerned about that. This is the high-resolution HRRR model, valid this evening at 6 o'clock, and you can see a batch of showers and maybe a rumble of thunder over the state. Now, we got the Birmingham Bowl today, the bowl game at Birmingham, Protective Stadium, downtown Birmingham, Georgia Tech and Vanderbilt. That should be a good game. And there's certainly a chance it's going to rain at times during the game with the chance of passing showers, but it will not rain for the entire game, and a decent chunk of the day will be dry. But just be aware if you're going to that game, take some rain gear because a couple of showers are likely. This is the surface-based instability this evening at 6 o'clock coming off the HRRR. And you can see there's just nothing for the northern, really for most of the state, with the exception of southwest Alabama. So if we see any stronger storms, it would most likely be across the southwestern part of the state. But again, we're just not that concerned about severe storms today and tonight. So this is tomorrow. And again, we got a surface low forming off to the west. That warm front has been pushing northward. We should be in unstable air. Let's go to high-resolution modeling. This is the high-resolution HRRR, valid tomorrow afternoon at 5. And I think the thing we can tell you now concerning the severe weather event, the dynamics are very favorable. The thermodynamics, there's some questions about that. So again, this is 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This is 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And you can see just kind of a messy mass of convection, rain and thunderstorms coming through here. And the question is, and by the way, the main show is actually what's over there coming into western Mississippi. So the question is, could the rain during the day and tomorrow evening put a damper on the instability values? And this is midnight tomorrow night. That first batch is out, the main batch coming in from Mississippi. But again, there's just hardly any surface-based instability according to the high-resolution HRRR. Not that much for the northern half of the state. This is valid tomorrow night at midnight. This is the storm relative helicity. This is the veering of the wind with altitude in relation to storm motion, and that's very sufficient for severe storms. But again, the significant tornado parameter, there's just nothing meaningful except for maybe a few enhanced spots down in southwest Alabama. However, now we're looking at the HRRR. Let's look at the high-resolution NAM. It looks radically different at midnight tomorrow night. It's suggesting we won't be contaminated by a lot of rain during the day or during the evening. The instability values are higher, and the STP values are higher. This is showing elevated values on through much of West Alabama, and this is pretty much what the SPC outlook is based on. But I just wanted to mention the fact that you've got that conflict between these good convection-allowing models. So again, this is the STP at midnight tomorrow night coming off the HRRR. This is coming off the NAM. And you have to prepare for this. Hopefully the HRRR is right, and we get away with not that much severe weather. But if the North American mesoscale model is correct, the conditions will be much more favorable. This is the STP, the significant tornado parameter at 3 a.m. Sunday, pre-dawn hours Sunday morning after midnight tomorrow night. And the numbers are still elevated over parts of the state. And this is the surface-based instability at 3 o'clock Sunday morning, showing certainly a chance of severe storms. And then by 6 o'clock Sunday morning, we've got lingering showers and storms over southeast Alabama. So this is the timing graphic. And again, I like to coordinate these with the National Weather Service. Within the professional weather enterprise, you don't want to watch 10 different sources and get 10 different answers. This is what the Weather Service is putting out this morning, and we'll go with that solution. For the western third of the state, the severe weather window, and understand we're not going to have severe storms the entire time, but the window for severe storms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, from 3 p.m. until 2 a.m. That would include Tuscaloosa, Hamilton, the Shoals, Mobile. For the central part of the state, the window, it's about the same, really, 4 p.m. until 5 a.m. early Sunday. And that would include Montgomery, Birmingham, Huntsville, places like that. And then for east and southeast Alabama, the window between 4 p.m. and 8 a.m. Sunday. The bottom line is just be weather aware tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night during the pre-dawn hours Sunday. And again, it's a situation where all modes of severe weather will be possible. That means the chance of strong, maybe damaging winds with heavier storms, the chance of hail, and there could be a few tornadoes. And again, we stress the greatest tornado probability is going to be over that enhanced risk over West Alabama, much of central Mississippi, into Louisiana. However, there could be an isolated tornado farther to the east, but then as you get into East Alabama, the tornado probabilities are quite low there, east of Birmingham. So just be weather aware. Tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, early Sunday morning. And by Sunday afternoon, everything's out of here. And we should mention, it's going to be very mild. We might see temperatures approaching 70 tomorrow. Highs on Sunday, mid-60s. This is Monday. We are still mild, and we're dry. The high Monday will be in the 60s. So this is Tuesday. This is New Year's Eve. And there's a surface low passing to the north, and that will drag a cold front through here. But the models, global models, continue to suggest there's going to be hardly any moisture available on Tuesday, New Year's Eve. So we'll mention the chance of maybe a few showers, but probably not many. Certainly no chance of any severe storms. New Year's Day, on Wednesday, we are dry and cooler. Highs drop in the 50s, and lows should be in the 30s for the first day of 2025. And then on Thursday, the GFS depicting a short wave with a chance of maybe some light rain, but the European says no, it's just going to be cold and dry. And as you know, the European model tends to be more reliable at this range, and we'll go with that. We're just going to go with colder and drier weather for the latter half of the week. This is a week from today, Friday, the 3rd of January. Big trough in the east, and once again, we're cold and dry. And by the end of next week, Thursday and Friday, highs will drop in the 40s for the northern half of the state with lows below freezing. We'll be in the 20s that Friday morning. So let's go out 10 days. This is Sunday, January the 5th. Another trough, pretty impressive trough. This one's got a surface low that's north of St. Louis, and this would be kind of a stormy look if this happens to verify. With snow over Wisconsin, Minnesota, parts of Iowa, rain and storms south and east of the surface low. European, pretty similar. Again, this is 10 days out, and we all know this could change, but this is suggesting maybe some rain and thunderstorms coming in here. And again, this is valid Sunday, the 5th of January. And I know all the TikTok guys, they're forecasting a blizzard or something, but there's no support for any of that for the next 10 days. Could there be some snow beyond 10 days? Sure, there's always a chance of snow at some point during the winter around here, but we see zero evidence of that over the next 10 days. Here's a look at rain for Birmingham. This is coming off the European ensemble, the mean between 2 and 3 inches between now and the 10th of January. And quite frankly, a lot of that's going to fall between now and Sunday. Here's a look at numbers coming off the National Blend of Models. Temperatures, these are for Birmingham. Your number could vary. We'll be in the 60s through Tuesday, low 50s for New Year's Day, then upper 40s for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of January. Notice lows go below freezing. We'll be in the 20s by the 3rd and 4th of January. And the latest long-range guidance, this is for January 3rd through January 9th. Hey, we're in the blue. Temperatures below average. By the way, this is just one photograph of the tornadoes in southeastern Texas yesterday. This was sent to me over on the Facebook side, and this was over Lake Houston. And there were several pretty significant tornadoes that touched down through parts of southeastern Texas yesterday. But again, we stress the remnant of that system that produced the tornadoes in Texas today, it's about to come through here, but there's no surface-based instability. So if you're just waking up, we're live here at 5:34. You can see a line of heavier showers about to push into west and northwest Alabama. It's been steadily weakening. In fact, I really don't see much in the way of thunder at all here. No lightning and thunder at the moment. And really don't expect any because the air is cool and stable. But it's windy, and that's people have a little concern about that. We have strong gradient winds over the northern part of the state, gusting to 30, 35 miles an hour this morning. But again, there's no issue. So in summary, real quick, and you can go back and watch the replay here. Today we have just a very low-end marginal risk of severe storms over central and southwest Alabama. There might be a few storms later today, this evening, with gusty winds. But the main concern is tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, where we had this level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk of severe storms over a fairly small part of West Alabama, extending back into central Mississippi and parts of eastern Louisiana. But you can see the entire state has some type of risk. We have a level 2 out of 5 risk over to Birmingham, Montgomery, and I-65, a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk on the eastern side of the state. And again, in terms of the timing, you can see the window basically tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, into the pre-dawn hours Sunday. The greatest chance of a tornado is going to be in that level 3 risk area over West Alabama, but there could be an isolated tornado over to I-65, and the storm should be weakening over East Alabama during the pre-dawn hours Sunday, but you can see the windows there tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, into the pre-dawn hours Sunday. And it's been a while since we've had a severe weather episode, especially for the central part of the state. The National Weather Service in Birmingham, all year, they've issued only 6 tornado warnings. It's been one of the quietest years in 40 years for the central part of the state. I know the valley's had some issues up north and down in southeast Alabama, but it's been a while for a lot of you. So just remember the key message here, that getting severe weather in late December, number one, it's not unusual. This is tornado season. We say this over and over, but it's true. We need to say it over and over. The tornado season here is November through May. This is not unusual. It is to be expected. We've just been very quiet for a long time. The key here is just being able to get the warning if we need them. Hopefully we don't. And, of course, the baseline, it's a weather radio, NOAA weather radio. It's still shocking to me how many people don't have these in their home. And I know the phones are important, but listen, during a tornado situation, these phones can stop working very easily. And this is not based on a cell network. It's like a smoke alarm in your house for a tornado. So if you don't have one, please consider buying yourself a late Christmas present. You need one. But on your phones, be sure and have wireless emergency alerts enabled. The emergency alerts, that has nothing to do with an app. Every phone sold in the United States has those things built in. That's that loud tone out you get for amber alerts, tornado warnings, and high-end flash flood warnings. And, of course, have a plan, know where you're going. And the key thing, if you live in a mobile home, have a place to go and know how to get there quickly, whether it's middle of the night or middle of the day. And that's one of our biggest challenges. And it's our challenge, not yours, it's ours. Mobile homes are a wonderful place to live, but we have to be better at helping you get to a safe place. And for some people, it takes more than 15 minutes to get there. And the average lead time for a tornado warning is about 12 to 15 minutes. So just think about where you're going to go, have transportation, know how to get there quickly, and we'll get through this fine. Again, this is to be expected this time of the year. So, again, we'll be watching it carefully. I'll do another video this afternoon. I'll do one tomorrow morning, even though I'm on vacation. But remember, weather never takes a vacation. And should we get into issues, we'll, of course, be live tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. If it's in the Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden TV market, we'll be on the ABC 3340 Facebook, YouTube channel, of course, on television, which is free over the air. You don't need the internet. And for the other parts of the state, I do my best. I have a real job, and sometimes the duties of that job require me to be on TV, and I can't stream a Mobile or Huntsville, Montgomery, Dothan type thing, but I do the best I can, and that's streamed on my personal Facebook page. So, again, we'll be back this afternoon. No TV for me tonight. If I'm on television, it'll be tomorrow night if we have any severe weather. So that will wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. Have a marvelous day, and we'll talk later this afternoon. God bless everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.